Yo, what's up, brothers? You have no clue what kind of absolute madness is headed our way. Sean Strickland and Khamzat Chimaev. This is a volatile mix that's going to explode and leave nothing but scorched earth. I've dug up some backstage intel that the mainstream media is too scared to even mention. And believe me, by the end of this video, your hair is going to stand on end when you hear what's really going on behind closed doors. This isn't just fight camp, it's a psychological war for survival. This is Combat Cult MMA. Never back down. Watch until the end because we are a brotherhood, we are a cult. Let's get it. Let's talk about their old sparring sessions. Strickland mentioned that he had to ask Khamzat to take it easy on the guys in the gym because Khamzat was going way too hard. At one point, there was a major misunderstanding and Sean started showing up to training packing a pistol. LOL. I actually suggested that to Ryan Garcia in a previous video. By the way, go check that out, where he scammed Arman Tsarukyan for $40,000. Subscribe to the channel and be the first to get the hottest news. Back to Sean and Chimaev. This situation is heating up faster than a skillet on an open flame. Khamzat Chimaev is already throwing around death threats, and we aren't even a month out from the fight. In a recent interview, journalist Adam Zubairayev asked him point blank, "What do you think about finishing Strickland in the cage?" Khamzat's reaction was classic Boers, but with a dark undertone. "I don't want to kill anyone. It's a sin, it's haram in Islam, and nobody will let me do that in the cage anyway. But on the street, it's different. On the street, if he dies, then he dies." Just think about that intensity. This isn't just sport anymore. It's a personal vendetta. Chimaev separates the cage as a sport and the street as a place where there are no rules. And Strickland, knowing Sean's explosive personality, is definitely going to poke that bear. Rumors are swirling that UFC management is seriously considering canceling the traditional Paramount Media Day, the one without security earlier in the week. Why? Because these two are absolute unhinged psychopaths. To keep Khamzat and Sean from ripping each other's throats out, you'd need a small army of security. To be honest, I think Sean is low-key terrified of Khamzat. He doesn't believe he can win. Think about it. A man who is truly confident in his hands doesn't feel the need to carry a gun to the gym. Khamzat is a straight-up beast. Just look at the betting odds. Things look real bad for Sean. Remember the drama between Strickland and Dricus du Plessis? When Dricus brought up Sean's childhood trauma, Sean promised to stab him. But Dricus is alive and well, and he already caught a beating from Khamzat. You might say I'm biased for Chimaev, but guys, look at my channel avatar. What else is a guy with a Khamzat Chimaev profile pic supposed to say? LMAO. Now imagine what happens when Sean starts spewing his usual nonsense about religion, ethnicity, and politics at Khamzat. Look, trash talk is great when it builds hype, but when it gets personal and touches on honor and faith, it gets dangerous. Khamzat is an emotional guy, and Strickland knows it. Sean is a master at getting under people's skin. He might not be the most technical striker, but he knows how to make you forget the game plan and charge at him blindly. That's the big question. Can Khamzat keep a cool head? Or will he turn into a raging bull and gas out by the middle of the second round? Speaking of conditioning, on paper, Khamzat is a massive favorite. Bookies have him at a ridiculous 1.8, while Strickland is a fat underdog at 5.1. 5-to-1 odds on a former champ? That's insane. Many people believe in Strickland's gas tank, and if you're one of them, now is the time to jump on it, because those odds will definitely drop closer to the fight. A buddy of mine close to Khamzat's camp whispered that Boers is on an absolute tear right now. He's not just training, he's boiling with hatred. And that's a double-edged sword. On one hand, we could see the smash machine that runs over Strickland in 2 minutes. On the other hand, being too emotional leads to mistakes. Strickland is already baiting him about their old training sessions, claiming Khamzat ducked tough rounds and chose smaller partners. Guys 40 pounds lighter and basically hid behind his team. That's classic Strickland. He hits where it hurts. The male ego. Sounds like another Shawnee fantasy, but you never know. You never know. So, what do you think? Can Khamzat handle that pressure, or will Sean pull off the upset of the year just by talking his opponent to death? In the next part, we'll break down why Khamzat's incredible cardio in his last fight might be an illusion. Listen, if Michael Bisping were sitting here with us, he'd be laughing his head off at how these two are trying to scare each other. Jokes aside, let's dig deeper. The main question haunting fans and bookies is Khamzat Chimaev's conditioning. Remember the fight with du Plessis? 5 rounds, total dominance, 0 fatigue. It seemed like the perfect boars, ready to chew up the octagon. But is there a catch? Let's be real. That fight went perfectly for Khamzat. Duplessis couldn't make him work or drag him into a dogfight. It was a walk in the park. Now imagine what happens if Strickland, with his awkward defense and ability to drain the clock, turns into a brick wall. You know what worries me? Khamzat is an emotional fighter. When everything goes to plan, he's a lion. When he hits resistance, he starts to get frustrated, and frustration is the biggest oxygen thief. However, he has gotten older and seems more composed, professional lately. The game might have changed. If Sean survives the first-round storm, Khamzat will get heavy. Does he have a plan B for a 25-minute grind? Honestly, nobody knows. Now, let's talk about that gym gossip. Strickland is accusing Khamzat of picking easy work to look like a king. This is Sean's classic move, attacking the street cred. He's trying to convince everyone that Khamzat is a paper tiger. Is it fair? Look, pro training isn't always about knocking each other out. But when Strickland says, "Khamzat, why are you training with unranked 205-pounders?" That stings. It sounds like a cowardice accusation. If Sean keeps telling journalists every detail of Khamzat's weakness in the gym, he might break Khamzat before they even step in the cage. That's exactly what Sean wants. He's a mental warfare specialist. Let's look at the stats. Topology has the fans at 78% in favor of Khamzat. 8 out of 10 people think Khamzat just destroys Sean. But experts say we might be in for a massive surprise. Strickland has phenomenal takedown defense. He's almost impossible to keep down without spending a titanic amount of energy. What if Khamzat blows his load in the first round and Strickland just stands up, brushes himself off, and starts picking him apart with that jab? That Strickland jab is like a surgical scalpel. It pokes you in the eye and kills your confidence. If Khamzat can't finish in the first 10 minutes, this becomes a nightmare for the favorite. Sean is like that annoying neighbor who never leaves. He'll keep coming forward, talking trash, and applying pressure. That's the real danger. Not a street killing, but a 25-minute meat grinder. It's a clash of two philosophies. One is fierce and fast, the other is calm and relentless, like water dripping on a stone. What happens if Strickland actually wins? What kind of chaos does that cause in the division? Honestly, Sean is a funny guy and I respect his guts, but against the monsters coming out of the North Caucasus Mountains, he doesn't stand a chance. R.I.P. Sean. Drop a comment. What round does Khamzat sub him? Or does Strickland's hammer actually find its mark? I highly doubt it. This was Combat Cult MMA. Subscribe, smash the like button, and remember the first rule of Fight Club. Tell everyone about Fight Club. Every cult adept must do their part to make sure the cult grows. Train hard, eat well. See you next time.
Yo! Combat Code! MMA is back in the building. Forget the delivery. Grab your burritos and some extra hot wings. We're talking blood, sweat, and some real legendary championship shit. Let's go! Saturday night and the lights are glowing. Dana's in the back and the money is flowing. The ball boss promised the White House show, but all we got is heavyweights moving real slow. I'm on the couch watching the main card. Why is making weight so freaking hard? Adesanya's out here looking like a pro, but Joe Piper's hands are ready to go. It's the Combat Cult. We're obsessed with the cage, watching sweaty dudes on a global stage. From the BJJ mats to the octagon floor, we're screaming data, give us some more. Leg locks, head kicks, and a broken nose. That's just how a regular Saturday goes. Yo! Check the prelims, don't you dare fall asleep. Now the old Sterling's making opponents weep. The ladies in the cage throwing hooks so clean, folding defenders like a laundry machine. Then comes the BMF, the belt for the toughest. Max still the king, or has he had enough? Oliveira's a backpack, he's glued to the spine. If you can't wrestle, man, you're running out of time. Buggy chokes, rubber guard. Why is the ground game so freaking hard? Herb Dean's waiting, looking at the clock while someone's getting kicked straight in the pausa. Wait! 100K respect points to the ref. The crowd is going wild. They're going down! 3 Codys on the card. channel, hit the like button too. CombatCultMMA is coming for you. Eat your wings, keep the vibes real high. We'll see you next time, until the legends die!